الله أكبر أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله الله تعالى بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وكفى بالله شهيدا. وقال الله تعالى: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. As we begin, subhanahu wa ta'ala, for gathering us on a blessed day, and we implementing this belief into our actions, as we know that it's not belief until we implement that into our actions. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا رَبُّنَا اللَّهُ. Those who say, our Lord is Allah, at times of calamity. And we know this in our personal lives when we're going through difficulties. And even at a social, at a global level, as an ummah, when we're going through calamities. And in those times, when those people say, when the believers say, Rabbuna Allah, when people are being tested with this statement, when we see it with our own eyes around the world, people are being tested because they say this phrase or because they have this belief that our Lord is Allah. And we have a famous story of the hairdresser of the daughter of Fir'aun. Many of us might have heard of this story. There was a lady who accepted Islam at the time of Musa alayhi salam. And she secretly accepted Islam. And she was working at the palace of the Pharaoh and taking care of his daughter. And once she was combing the hair of the daughter of the Fir'aun, and the comb is meant to boil a huge pot of hot water. And then he asked, and this lady, she had 5 children, including one who was still an infant. And so he brings her entire family in front of the crowd, in front of him, and he asks again, who is your Lord? And she says, Rabbi Allah. And then he orders his men to throw her first child into the hot water. And he watches as the flesh of the baby being boiled and coming out of the bones. And then she watches this, her child being murdered brutally in front of her. And then he asks again, who is your Lord? And she says, Rabbi Allah. And then he puts the next one into the first 4 children. Allah, out of His miracle, made the last infant speak to the mother. And so this child speaks to the mother saying, Ya Ummi Isbiri, Ya Ummi Isbiri, oh my mother, have patience. فَإِنَّكِ عَلَى الْحَقِّ وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ قَدْ وَعَدَكَ بِالْجَنَّةِ. So this miraculous speaking of the baby says, oh my mother, have patience. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised you Jannah, and have patience because Allah gets taken away and sent to the boiling hot water. And then at the end, she is also thrown into the pot. And we know about this story because on Isra Mi'raj, when the Prophet ﷺ was taken on his night journey, he they stay steadfast. They are firm on that belief. They are firm on the belief that Allah is my Lord. You know, and Allah uses the word